In this sport, you don't wait for judges to decide your fate. TenexToken puts you in control. Stake instantly, speculate discreetly, and keep your moves private. TenexToken. Play smart, play discreet.
This is Joe Pugh for IFLTV. We're in Manchester ahead of Lights Out, light heavyweight extravaganza, Frank. What a show, first of all.
It is. It's a great show, and coming off our heavyweight one, this is something special. All the fights, if you look at all those fights up there, all well, evenly matched fights, all got a story to them, and we're going to get some good boxing on Saturday.
Over the past, 3-4 years, you kind of put out a statement of intent with the heavyweight division. You've now got, 8 of the top 10. Is this the next division that you kind of targeted to see where we can make great fights?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a sexy division. There's some good, really, really good fighters in there. The big fight is happening in Riyadh on the 22nd, where all the marbles are on the table, and everyone will be eagerly looking forward to seeing that fight with Anthony Yard and Benavidez, and these guys are all jostling in position to fight the winner.
Yeah, look, Joshua's first fight with yourself.
Yeah.
Exciting, really. He's done the rounds as a pro, starting with Eddie, then with Ben. Now he's with you, Frank, and it feels like now, probably more than the last 5 years, we could be close to the Anthony Yard fight. Fingers crossed. Should he do the business? Should Joshua do the business? We're in touching distance, finally.
Well, it is. I mean, it's all about that, but he's got to get through Zach, and Zach is on fire at the moment. He's really up for it. I was just talking with him. Yeah, it's a really good fight. But that is a fight that the fans have wanted to see for a long, long time, and I think you're right. It is definitely within touching distance now.
With a lot of these guys, Frank, and certainly in the light heavyweight division over the past, 3 years, there's been a bit of a monopoly with Beterbiev and Bivol. Now Benavidez has got that WBC belt. But is it about positioning those guys? Because Bivol and Beterbiev aren't going to be here forever, are they?
No, they're not. And these guys are in position. A lot of them are in the, they're in the top 5. A couple are in the 1 positions. They're fights that will happen. They know what's at stake. That's why they're jostling to get themselves into the spot where they're going to be some mandatory fights.
Brad Ray, Lyndon Arthur, Manchester derby on Saturday night. Always enjoy a local derby, and these two slightly different stages of their career, but it feels like it's a must-win for both of them.
It's a must-win for them as it is for all of them on there, but it certainly is for them. Someone wants the bragging rights to be walking around in Manchester, being the best in Manchester.
I know Coogan spoke to you a couple of days ago about last Saturday, so he's kind of covered a lot there, but something we didn't speak about was Hamza Shiraz. We see him on Saturday night, done a lot of interviews, eager as ever for the big fights. What is the latest with Hamza?
He'll fight in February, and it's being worked on, and we'll come back and let everybody know once it's sold.
Bless you. Bless you. Yeah, look, we spoke to Spencer Brown last week about Hamza and the next moves, and he's saying, and Billy, I know the rematch has been ordered for his last fight, Munguia, but these are the type of fights, like big, kind of knocking on world titles.
He's fighting America. He went down a storm there, brilliant performance, and he's one of the top guys in that division now, and he's looking for the big fights. It's our job to deliver them.
Ajit Kabayel's done a couple of interviews on TalkSport and kind of done the rounds this week about his homecoming in Germany, but then his name keeps getting mentioned with Daniel Dubois. Can that fight happen in the kind of Q1, Q2 next year?
Q2, definitely.
Yeah.
Provided they keep winning.
So more likely we'll see Daniel return, then a fight with Kabayel?
You'll see Daniel return here, fight in the first quarter, as will Ajit, and then hopefully they come through, we get it on.
Spoke to a few people about this, but where do you rank Fabio Wardley now in the top 5 heavyweights?
He's got to be up there. He's certainly in the top 3, isn't he?
Yeah.
without a doubt. I mean, look at that. He beat the number 2, and it was a bloody competitive fight all the way through, and he's shown what he's all about, and he keeps doing it. He keeps finding the way to win, and he's got some engine in him, and he's got a great chin, fabulous chin. He's a tough sod, and I take my hat off to him as I do to Joe Parker. I mean, that was a tremendous battle last week, and it's a fight. And I want to get this clear with people. Keep saying we stopped Joe Parker getting these fights. That's not happened at all. They made their decision. They wanted that fight. He wanted a fight. He could have sat and waited for the Usyk fight, but Usyk, if you recall, put in a medical report saying he will not be ready to fight this year, and he didn't want to sit around. And by the way, nor did Fabio, and that's how the fight came about. And the reason he didn't fight against Daniel Dubois is because the boxing board of control dots had pulled him out of the fight.
At what stage, maybe already, do conversations start beginning with Team Usyk regarding the Fabio Wardley fight?
There have been. I mean, there's been a call, and we hopefully can make it. And if we can't, it'll go to purse bids, and then that will determine the date and the venue where it takes place.
When you think back to the David Adelaide fight against Fabio, could you ever have imagined we'd be here, I think 2 years to the week, this week, that Fabio would be in the position he is?
No, I've got to tell you something. For a guy, and we all bang on about no amateur experience, what he's done is phenomenal. It's phenomenal to get himself where he's done, and everybody should take their hats off to him. I mean, he is some competitor and some tough guy, and he's learning on the job, and he gets better every fight.
We spoke to Moses, and obviously every name gets thrown at Moses, as it does when someone with that much talent is in front of the camera. And he said, look, until I post something, until Queensbury posts something, nothing is done. So all these rumours, nothing's done. Are you getting frustrated at the minute with opponents and outpricing and things that you've said?
No, we'll be making, I believe next week we'll be making an announcement for a few shows next week.
Is it unlikely he fights in 2025?
Don't know yet, but he'll be fine. If he doesn't fight in December, he'll fight in January.
Is this December 13th card any closer to being announced, Frank?
It was. We were very close to doing it, and then we had a little episode when we introduced the heavyweights together on last Saturday night.
Yeah, look.
1 minute people agreed things, then they changed their mind.
Is Chisora White still in talks, that being said?
We will see what happens.
Dillian looked good on Saturday night.
He's a nice guy, Dillian. I mean, I never really knew him. It's only, he's had a couple of fights with us, and I like Dillian. I think he's good. What you see is what you get. He's right on it, and all he wants to do is fight.
Now you've got that relationship with Dillian, is it a little bit, not regret, but just a shame the way things played out with the Fury fight? He didn't turn up to the press conference.
I was talking to his manager yesterday, and I said it's a shame that we got that, and he explained behind the scenes there was somebody who worked for me who he didn't like and all that, but it's just a shame. But anyway, that's life. Fact is, we are now, so that's good.
A dynamic I think I'm going to enjoy, certainly because we done an interview, is Daniel Dubois and Sam Jones. I did not have that on my bingo card after the Usyk fight, but they actually bounce off each other quite well. Really? As a partnership, we know Daniel's got character now, but that little mouthpiece of Sam Jones might just add a little something, might it, Frank?
Little? Now, Sam will do his bit when he does his bit. He knows, he'll do what he's got to do. Look, it ain't hard promoting or managing or talking about Daniel Dubois now. He's ready-made. He's been a world champion. We're not finding someone and bringing him through. We found him when he was a kid, 16 years of age, and developed and brought him through. So Sam now, he'll work with that. But as will Riz. And Riz, who works for him, is a really astute and smart guy. So he's got a good team around him.
Yeah, look, new trainer as well. Do you think this kind of little fresh start with building that team, along with Riz, his dad as well, Daniel Dubois can really rebuild and become a two-time heavyweight world champion?
He's a young man. He should be able to. Of course, he must be able to do that. He's got to learn from his fights, learn from defeats. He's a young man, and I think he can come again. I think he's got the power. I was watching him at the fight. He's got the enthusiasm. I see him watching that. He's like all the guys on the front row. You can see them. They all want to be in the ring.
He said he wants the AJ rematch. I don't know what AJ's doing, but it would be still a massive fight if we could get that on.
It would be, especially after after the Usyk result. I'm sure people would buy into it. But we'll see. We'll see. Anything can happen in this heavyweight division. That's why it's so exciting.
We spoke to Michael Ridout about the zone and why the show was being a pay-per-view on Saturday night, and quite rightly said that we don't take anything out of the pot. That the money there from the pay-per-view is for the fighters. And there was a little bit of criticism last week, but when you sit down ringside and you watch a fight like that, you must be rubbing your hands together and thinking, this is why it's pay-per-view, just an unbelievable fight.
It was an unbelievable fight, yeah. And that's what it was. Let me tell you, the reason their fights go pay-per-view is because the expectation levels of the fighters is how much they want for a fight. And the only way you can determine whether their valuation is what they think it is by letting it go pay-per-view. And that's the true value of the fight. People will buy it or they won't buy it. It's as simple as that. Or sometimes the money they ask, they price themselves out because the rights fee you get from the TV company, it doesn't make enough to add to the pot of the live gate and the sponsorship to make it work. So that's why you go pay-per-view.
I think people forgot, to be fair, that it's two interim world champions, heavyweight world champions going at it. It was a massive fight, Frank.
It was. I mean, looking back on it, it's the number one and number two to Usyk fighting each other.
In this sport, you don't wait for judges to decide your fate. TenexToken puts you in control. Stake instantly, speculate discreetly, and keep your moves private. Register now for your share of the $250,000 prize pool. Multiple winners, bigger chances. TenexToken.io. Terms and conditions apply.